Welcome to episode 13 of the Hot Mess Roundtable. Tonight we are talking about date night. I'm Lauren, and this week I am a hot mess because it is Easter. So we obviously record a little bit in advance, and I've got Easter coming up this weekend and nothing for their Easter baskets. Kids' Easter basket.
Oh, fun.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But I did think ahead though, and I did schedule someone to come. I paid someone to come egg our yard.
Oh, that's cool.
I
be cool.
have not egged my own yard in years.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's I think for the love of canines is the charity that it supports. No, I lied. It's the Cox School of Nursing.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool. That's the way to do it. My house is a freaking nightmare on Easter with egging the yard. So that's the way. Have I told you guys the story about egging the yard on this podcast?
At KK's house?
Yeah, have I?
Yes,
on
I
this
have
podcast?
heard. Not on the podcast. I have heard this though.
Well, let me just tell the world about KK and her eggs. She saw this picture in Better Homes and Gardens magazine one year or something ridiculous. One of those magazines that are here's a perfect life you'll never attain, right? Mm-hmm. And it showed these beautiful children in their Easter dresses picking up the eggs in the yard. And there were little baby toddlers, right? And so to help them find the eggs, they'd attached balloons to them. So there were balloons attached to the eggs, and the eggs acted as the anchor, right? Got helium in them, the balloons. Mom decides she's got to do this. And this started 4 years ago at this point. I don't know,
when
a
the
while
kids were
back.
real little.
When the kids were really little and they kind of needed help finding the eggs, right? It was freaking miserable those first couple of years because you blow up all these freaking balloons. First of all, she had us all doing it ourselves. She didn't just buy the balloons already blown up. So we had these helium machines and we're blowing up these balloons. And so our fingers are raw and bleeding because we're tying so many balloons. And the kids are touching the balloons, and so they're popping as fast as we get them tied. The dogs are freaked out by the popping balloons. It was a freaking mayhem at our house.
Gosh.
And then you had to get out there and put them out in the yard, and then they're all tangled because the strings are so long, and they're all tangled. It was a freaking disaster. And so we just stopped helping. So now it's my mom and my Auntie B out there in the yard with their tangled mess of balloons
She
every year.
still does.
They're doing the balloons?
She did it last year. I don't know. I wonder if since my youngest nephew is a little older this year, if she'll finally let it go. Last year, she did finally buy already inflated balloons, I think, which helped. But it was still just so messy and chaotic.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I feel like it would be hard to tie them around something the shape of an egg.
Yeah, it really is.
They would just it would slip off.
Correct.
Could
Yeah.
you not open the egg a little bit, and then close it on the string?
I don't know. Also, it's not like we're doing this with 20 eggs because
That's true.
KK.
This is KK.
So there's 100 eggs.
Yeah.
Right.
It was just, it's ridiculous. I hate it. I don't participate anymore. I don't even show up for the egg hunt anymore.
I'm waiting to hear the year that she does the glow in the dark eggs, where you take the.
Don't give her ideas.
I'm sorry, KK.
I mean, and last year I thought I was extra out there counting the eggs to make
Oh, we've done that too.
Did we get all 75 or however many? And the kids are we just want to open them.
Oh, she does all of that.
Oh, yeah.
And she's got 3 golden eggs. So these big, giant golden eggs. And they've got $100 bill in them or whatever. But there's
shit. I'm gonna
one for
come
each
hunt
kid.
Easter eggs at
yeah.
KK's house.
We used to do that too. My mother-in-law would do that, and she would. Funny enough, my mother-in-law's name is Kathy, so
It's something with the Cathys.
It's
Yeah.
all 3 of us are Kathys here, and we did one year. We filled, I think, God, there was 150 plastic eggs we filled, and then they 2 acres, and we just threw them all around. So then before we let the kids go in, we had to count them all. And I think there was one, we missed a couple one year. So when my father-in-law was out mowing, he
Found them.
Okay, what's the glow in the dark thing?
You take the glow sticks, you break the glow sticks and put them in the eggs, and it's like a nighttime.
Oh, that's
Easter
cool.
egg hunt. I
That's
think
cool
that'd be
for
kinda fun,
slightly
though.
older kids. 'Cause
Yes.
now that the kids are getting a little older.
Yeah. You just have to do it the night before or, but yeah, you crack those.
And you have to truly believe that shit's actually non-toxic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it non-toxic?
You just crack it and then, make them glow and then kind of wad them up or roll them up and put them in the egg. So I've seen a lot of older kids doing that.
Yeah.
That's
That's
kinda
kind of
cool.
cool.
It sounds pretty.
So, my daughter is all about, hey, Mom, let's do the little, the shooters Let's put those in Easter eggs and do that
that's
kind
fun.
of Easter egg hunt. I'm like, oh my God.
I love it. That's my
I've
kind of
done
Easter egg hunt.
Easter egg
right?
hunts for my dogs before.
Oh my
You
God,
just like hide the treats
Jordan.
and let them run around. It's cute, Lauren.
That's so much work for dogs.
Oh, they
Not. They
love
love
it.
it.
I don't even do it for my kids. I pay someone to do it.
Well, I'm not doing that many treats for the dogs either.
Okay. Yeah, that would probably just give them belly aches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids certainly get belly aches after they eat all the candy.
all the candy. Yeah.
So when are you going to fill your baskets?
Maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna go
'Cause
shopping.
it's Wednesday night.
Yeah, I
before
know.
Easter. Okay. Well, the good news is though, your kids are still mostly young enough that like a lot of their Easter basket can come from like the dollar store. You know?
Yeah, and they're not very big baskets, and yeah, it'll be fine. But
fine.
it's just
Like a
one more
Target run
thing.
will get you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, a Target run will get me. I don't go in Target, but I will. I might have to.
Target's the only store. Target and Ulta are the two
Ulta.
stores that like
You'll
I
go
still
into?
need to go into. Yeah, I still need to go wander around Target and Ulta. Like, it's
Oh
important,
no, I do
If I
pick
wander
up.
around Ulta, it's
Yeah,
it's an expensive trip.
but it's self care.
It is. That is.
that is self care.
Definitely a self-care
It's
trip.
true.
Yeah.
I think I do Target pickup orders at least every other day. Like,
Oh wow.
I'm there a lot.
I order from Target a lot and have it dropped off from Instacart.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh no.
It's just it's so close to me that it's
Yeah.
easy to pick up. But yeah, I mean, because I get everything there.
Yeah.
And we're always out of something.
I don't go to Target that much. I don't want to say that loud because I know everybody around here just loves Target. I just am not a huge Target fan. There's a few things I go in there for, but not lots. So
Yeah, that's my go-to. Because you can get diapers, you can get wipes, you can get groceries, you can get home goods. Like,
well, and maybe there isn't a Target in Nixa either.
right.
So
It's not as convenient. It's
Yeah.
really convenient for me.
Yeah.
I don't get any groceries or anything from Target. I get those from Hy-Vee. But I like Target for nothing essential. I just like to go wander around Target and look at the home decor and the clothes and
They
the
have fun
jewelry. They have gorgeous jewelry. Like they have a whole section. They have fun shoes.
Mm-hmm.
that's where your Easter basket stuff needs to come from.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you get an Easter basket?
No. When my sister had kids, it kind of ruined mom doing Easter baskets. Although some years Thor still gets like a chocolate bunny, but I just chalk it up to him being her favorite. So whatever.
Wait, so Thor's the only one that she gets a chocolate bunny for?
Possibly.
Oh my God.
I don't know if like my brother-in-law is getting some. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
She just knows what he likes and just buys him little treats all the time. She sent him home. His birthday was a couple weeks ago, and she sent him home with his massive, 2 giant Tupperware containers, one full of Rice Krispie treats that, as far as I can tell, she just only baked for him and just filled in this thing. And then she spent all this time making this pineapple upside down cake from scratch. When I told her, just buy the freaking box mix.
Oh no.
But no, she like made this fancy cake and then like put it all in the stuff and sent it all home with him. And so then like he's been eating it for 2 weeks and finally I had to be like, this has to go. We're all done
Can't
with this.
continue eating this.
No, like this is for sure expired.
That's funny.
Well, my name is Jordan. We're still only past one introduction.
Doing good.
My name's Jordan, and I am a hot mess this week because I finished my book series, and I'm so sad about it.
All 4 of them, or is there 5?
Five. It took longer than usual because I've been so busy. I mean, it took probably 5 weeks, probably a book a week.
That's quick.
That is good. Yeah.
No, I mean, if you follow these people online, like there's people that read like 2 or 3 books a week.
Okay, but they probably don't have a life.
Well, it's true. Like I have a job and hobbies and yeah.
Right.
But like not during this book series. I just
You
like,
haven't.
pulled up and like just read. They're long books is part of it.
So what are you
but
going to do now?
I don't know. Like I told Thora, like I have this like very empty spot in my chest.
You need to
that's
find a new
sad and
series.
hollow. Yeah, I started a new series and I didn't love it. I don't even remember the name of it. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe our hot mess community out there can give me
That's
some
what I was
good
going to say.
book
Everybody needs to
recommendations.
find some suggestions and give to Jordan
It
to
was
read.
A Court of Thorns and Roses, and they call it ACOTAR for short. The series is the ACOTAR series.
Okay.
And there are 5 books in it, but I did find out a few things. I found out that they're making a Hulu series on it. Maybe. Apparently, like the actor strike and the writer strike kind of messed with it. So maybe it's going to be scrapped because of that, or maybe they're going to make it. Although I do have a little bit of like reservations with that because I Googled the fan art, obviously, to see. And I always do that because I like to see what people think the characters look like.
Yeah.
There is an ACOTAR coloring book from the author that you can buy, but I've never been able to see the inside pages because I don't want the coloring book. I just want to know what these people are supposed to look like. But the thing is, they're fairies, but they're not like Orlando Bloom fairies. Like, they're not that kind of fairy. They're like, I don't know, like Jason Momoa fairies. They're like,
Oh, gosh.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that is, at least in my head, what they are is like
the warrior
strong. Well, in the book they talk about it because like they talk about how strong they are and like, yeah. So I really don't want any Orlando Bloom fairies on this Hulu show. You know, like I don't need Timothy Chalamet playing a freaking fairy in my book. Okay, I want Henry Cavill and Jason Momoa and like
Chris Hemsworth.
strong, muscly men with dirt on them. Like that's what's supposed to be in this.
Well, so when I hear fairy, I picture Tinkerbell. So I guess I'm way off.
Not in the series. I'm telling you, not in the series.
Oh, God.
So
I'll find out when I start reading it.
yeah, Lauren bought the first book.
I did. I bought the first book at Target, and it was only like $10. It was on sale, and it's been on my nightstand, and I have not had time to start it.
I think I bought the entire 5-book series on Kindle for like $25.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
well, you beat me.
Kindle is the way to go for books. If you burn through books, Kindle's the way to go. And they have like an Kindle Unlimited club where you pay like $11, $12 a month and then you can just get stuff for free.
Don't you like holding the book in your hand though when you're reading?
Nope. Hold the iPad.
All right. All right.
Because I read too many books. Like it would be so expensive.
Yeah, that's true. So, well, I'm Amanda and I'm a hot mess this week because of Easter, and we are hosting game night at our house Friday night for Casey's birthday, and I am going crazy trying to get all this shit put together.
Yeah, it does sound like fun.
This was all Cameron's idea. She's like, can we have a game night for Casey's birthday? And I was like, well, did you ask Casey what he's doing for his birthday? I mean, you know. And so,
I love how they've become like these siblings.
yeah. Oh, and they act like it too. It's crazy. So yeah, the girls made up an invite and sent him an invitation, and
Aww.
so it's just gonna be fun. But it's just I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get everything done.
Do you have a lot of people coming?
Not too. I mean, not really. I mean, it'll be us and then Casey and Dayton, and we've invited a few other friends. So maybe like 10.
Okay.
People. Not terrible, but
Still
a lot of people.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
It will be fun.
So, and then I got to clean up on Saturday for everybody to come over on Sunday because we're doing a shrimp and crawfish boil for Easter.
That sounds like fun too.
So,
I like that idea.
yeah.
You're going to have all kinds of people.
I still have to put Easter baskets together too in between all this, but I have almost all the stuff I need. You gave me a couple ideas or a couple other things I need to get in there, but yeah, that's my life this weekend. So busy, but
Busy
it's good.
time of year.
Yeah.
Yes. So what are we drinking tonight, Jordan?
Tonight we are drinking whiskey sours. So I'm a little nervous about this. So I have not tasted it yet, but
It's pretty.
it's very pretty. So I am not a whiskey drinker at all. So I'm a little nervous, but we are drinking it, and it is, I only have like my stemless wine glasses because I don't have a ton of barware. And so
I would have been happy with a red Solo cup if you just to let you know.
For real.
well,
Yeah.
so to like make it look like there was enough drink in it for the picture we're going to post on Facebook, I had to double it. And so there are 3 ounces of bourbon in each one of these glasses. And then I had to call my dad just to be like, is that a lot? And he's like, yeah,
Yes.
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Also, I was afraid to use, my dad has, he just gave me a bottle of Maker's Mark bourbon, but it's like fancy and it's got his name on it. And it's like this barrel he bought. It's a whole thing. And I don't really know about it, but like, I just know that it's fancy. And so I was like, I don't really want to open that for these. And so I bought this stuff that was like a third of the price.
But it's still good.
Four roses.
Roses.
Mm-hmm.
And I specifically got that brand because A, it was really cheap. It was like $25 for the whole bottle. And B, the internet told me that I Googled it and they were like, oh, Four Roses is a little more floral scent, like floral tasting. So it's like not quite, it doesn't quite have the bite. And I was like, that's what I'm going for. So it's just that bourbon and then lemon juice and simple syrup garnished with orange slice and maraschino cherry.
All right. And you're not a whiskey girl, so this is going to be fun.
No, I'm not a whiskey.
I love
girl.
whiskey.
Okay.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Cheers.
Oh, it's so bad. It's nasty.
It's good. It's just stout.
It's really good, I think.
It is good.
It's stout, but it's not like...
It's not sweet enough for you.
No, I need like so much more simple syrup.
Yeah.
I need like to fill the rest of this glass with simple syrup.
It's good, but it is stout.
I don't think it's that liquory tasting.
No, it is. No,
I thought the
say
sour
that the
apple
end of
martini was way
tonight
more
could be
liquor.
very interesting.
Thor's gonna be driving everybody home. Oh, that's gross. It is definitely sour. I get where they're coming from with the sour. Okay, well, that was a gross one. So if you have...
It's gross if you don't like whiskey.
If you like whiskey, it's great.
It's good. But Jordan doesn't like whiskey, so it's not good for her.
Oh, it's nasty, but I am going to eat my orange.
It's just like palate cleansing with an orange.
Yeah, I am. Gross. Okay, guys, if you have drinks ideas, let us know, and we'll make them, and hopefully it'll taste better than the whiskey sour.
I like the whiskey sours. Oh my gosh.
Somebody give us a foo-foo sweet drink.
Yeah, get us back to vodka, please. Dear God, please. I have like 6 different flavors of vodka right now.
Oh, we can find vodka drinks. I don't have issues with that.
Now we're going to get a bunch of gross old man drinks. I'm be sitting down here drinking old fashioned.
Oh, and I feel like a whiskey sour is not an old man drink.
I can't do old fashions. Those are just...
Well, it's gross.
Fashions.
That's all I can tell you is the whiskey sour is gross.
Okay.
Okay, ladies. So what do we got going on?
As far as feedback, just keep.
It's all been good.
Yeah, it's all been good. Just keep participating in the group, please. We really appreciate you guys posting and interacting with us there. I will say I took Tammy's nutritional yeast suggestion. We tried it on the podcast, and I took Jordan's home because she was like, I'm not ever going to eat this.
I was afraid of it.
Yeah, and I've been eating it on my popcorn. It makes me feel a little bit better about eating my popcorn. Now I do also eat butter and salt on my popcorn.
Love it.
Yeah.
I did think about that after I sent that bottle home with you. I was like, maybe I should get another bottle and just like sprinkle it into foods.
Well, you could have it back.
Well, I could also just, it was like $6.
You couldn't even taste... I mean, I couldn't taste it when we were eating it.
It just kind of adds like a little bit of a cheese flavor.
Well, that's what I thought about it, though, was like, since it doesn't add a ton of flavor and it's got some protein in it,
Yeah. And
maybe I could
you're
just
doing your
sprinkle it
protein.
into some foods.
If you were cooking, especially something that had cheese in it,
Yeah, like
it
casseroles
would
or like
hide,
whatever.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
I'm still kind of afraid of it, though, and probably I'm not going to do that. But it is a good idea.
Good idea.
Well, I'm enjoying it. So
Good.
thank you for the suggestion, Tammy.
Thanks, Tammy.
Yeah.
Give us other suggestions. We'll maybe try them if they're not too scary.
I have a funny story, I guess. We talked about on the podcast how I don't believe that dentists are truthful.
How'd that go for you?
Well, so, and it's not all dentists, but I feel like it's very easy for dentists to get away with telling you that you have cavities that you don't. And my sweet sister-in-law texted me today, and they had an appointment for her daughter to have a filling this afternoon. And she said, when we left England, which was just in July, right before we left England, Annalise, my niece, did not have any cavities. And now we've taken her to the dentist, and she has a cavity and needs a filling, and they want to give her a filling before it abscesses
Did
and all
she
this.
see the filling?
Well, and that's what I asked her. I said, well, did you see it, or was it on the x-ray? Or did they just find it during the exam? And she goes, I think they did it on the x-ray. And I said, well, most insurance pays for a dental exam every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted, you could wait 6 months, go to a different dentist
And see how
and
if
get
it's
an
grown
exam.
or-
Right. And see if they tell you the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it probably is legit. If not, in 6 months, it's probably not going to get, out of control. And it's in a baby tooth too.
That she's going to lose anyway.
Right. And she's 8. So she's losing her teeth.
She's losing her teeth.
Yeah. So my sweet sister-in-law canceled their appointment.
Well,
Way to go,
Yeah.
Lauren.
So
Well, I took Jake to the orthodontist this week, and he's got to have 2 teeth pulled because they won't come out. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So they're baby teeth?
They're baby teeth, and I got to see the X-ray, and they showed me, this is where we need to take these out. And I was like, dang it, this kid has lost so many freaking teeth this last year. Like, it's insane. Like, I don't know how he has teeth in his head, honestly. And the orthodontist even said that. He was like, he's lost so many teeth, but he still has these 2 to lose. And
and
I'm
they're
like,
just hanging in there.
oh, okay. Actually, no, they're not hanging. They're really in there.
Oh,
So-
they're like
yeah, they're hanging
really
on for
hanging
dear
in there.
life.
Oh, yeah. And then they got to pull them
anywhere.
because they'll make the other teeth grow and crowded.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Yeah. So I spared Jake, and we're going to do it this summer after we get back from vacation. So
There you go.
okay.
I was like, I won't ruin your vacation with doing it.
I will tell you, Lauren, that my mom was like, Jordan, please tell Lauren it's so important to take those babies to the dentist. I was like, I think she does it. And she said, no, she said on the podcast
I did
that
say
she's not good at it. And I
I'm
was
not.
like,
I was very good at it for years, and then when we switched insurance, I have not restarted, and I need to. Right? It's been like 18 months, so I need to restart.
rest
Thank you,
assured,
KK.
She's going to get it done.
I'm gonna get it done. Thank you for making me feel bad. I appreciate that.
You can always count on KK for that.
Yep.
That's funny.
She's a mom. She's a mom.
Yep.
Mom.
Okay. This week, we are talking about date night.
You la la. I love it. I love date night.
too. So we're like a bunch of old, boring married ladies. But what is your favorite thing to do on like a typical date night?
My favorite thing to do is, like, my absolute favorite thing is we go to dinner, and then when Parlor 88 was here,
Oh, I loved Parlor 88.
we would go to Parlor 88 after dinner and just sit and have a few drinks and talk and talk and talk. And it was just amazing. That's my favorite thing to do. I love to hang out with my husband. Yes, 26 years later, and I still love to just hang out with him, and we talk and just to have good one-on-one time. We also love to go to one of our favorite stomping grounds in Springfield and listen to music, live music. We go to Southbound and just sit and listen to music and have a few cocktails, and it's fun.
Yeah.
So those are my favorite, just honestly, just him and I one-on-one time is my favorite. So
How often do you guys get to go on a date?
we try to go, since the kids are older now, we usually try to go at least to dinner, just the 2 of us, like every other week.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Jordan's laughing.
I mean, because when the kids, like, and again, this weekend, we've got, all this stuff, so it'll be
Super busy.
super busy all weekend. And then next weekend, I'm going to be like, I need to go out.
Yeah.
I need to get away
I need
from
some
the
time
family.
with my
This
husband.
is the difference between our lives because I don't have kids.
Uh-huh.
And we have dinner together. Well, we have dinner together, just the 2 of us every single night, whether we go out or not. But we go out to dinner once or twice a week, and we try to do a date night at least once a week, if not twice a week.
Yeah. That'd be good. I mean, that'd be ideal.
Oh,
But I mean, that's just how I am.
Okay,
how about
often
you?
do you go?
Not very often. Matt would love to go once a week. He wants to have like Friday night's date night, and it's set, and we have
You
babysitter.
should.
But by the time you hire a babysitter, which is expensive, when you have 4 kids, we always feel like we need to throw them like at least $80, for 3 or 4 hours. So that's on top of whatever we
spend
spend
for dinner,
on our
yeah.
date night, right? You have to plan in advance, which we're very bad at because a lot of times it'll be Thursday and we're like, hey, let's have a date tomorrow night, and then we can't find childcare. So we probably go on a date, maybe like a date maybe once a month, maybe. I will say that we do try to go on like mini vacation, like our mini weekend getaways,
Yeah.
where it's just the
You guys
2
are
of
good
us.
at that.
We go 2 to 3 times a year and do that. Plus, we've started adding in these concerts,
Yeah.
and so that's like also a night away.
Yeah.
So we do get like really good one-on-one time when that happens. But I know if you asked Matt, he would like to go on more dates. I would too. It's just so hard to try to fit into the schedule.
I don't know what we'll do if we ever have a kid because like I require one-on-one time with Thor like every single day.
That changes. That
Like every
changes
day
a
I
lot.
want to like have time to sit down and talk to him.
I also feel like one kid though, the kid goes to bed and then you still have
That time together.
that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And it's not that my kids don't go to bed, but like they do. at different intervals.
Yeah.
And then they're up and
That's
at different
so many. You
intervals.
have like this infestation going on, and it's just like harder.
Yeah,
to
it
keep
is.
them wrangled.
I will tell you, I'm like right now, mine, like the girls, after dinner's done, they're downstairs, and I literally don't see them the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Jacob will go in after dinner and he'll shower, and then good night, mom, love you, and I don't see him the rest of the night, and that's usually about 7:30.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, gosh,
So
yeah.
like literally, from that time on, we just have the evenings. So it gets better as they get older.
Yeah. And we do have probably an hour together each night.
There you go.
We were doing a pretty dedicated, like watching a show together or something. It's kind of gotten to where Matt's playing video games, which is fine, but I'm not going to sit there and watch him play video games. So I go in the bedroom and watch my show or read or do something. Having that together time is something we probably need to work on doing again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once a week, every other week, and maybe once a month.
Wow. Well,
Quite
my
varied.
favorite date night that we do is actually staying at home because, I mean, I'm sure that's not going to shock anybody that I don't want to leave the house. But I love it
Says
when
the
we
homebody.
like order in Five Spice or whatever. Like we'll just order in takeout and curl up on the couch together and watch a movie or watch a show or play a board game or like whatever. Like I don't care. Or even just like just hang out together and talk. But like I like whenever the weather's nice, I love to go out in the backyard and he'll make me a bonfire.
Yeah.
Well, not a bonfire, but like a fire in the fire pit.
Yep.
Very different things, I realize.
Yes.
The little fire in the fire pit, and we'll just sit out there together and chat and watch the fire. And
That's what I'm hoping we can do this weekend because it's supposed to
Yeah.
be kind of nice. So
okay, there
I'm
you
really
go.
hoping we can get out this weekend outside and barbecue because that's another thing that when we do stay home, we've got the barn, the man cave. So we'll open the barn up and get music going and, light a fire in the fire pit and just sit around and talk. Now, 9 times out of 10, that includes the kids, but it's okay. Sometimes you'll look and they're in the barn playing darts. So we'll still be out, together talking, but yeah, it's good.
There's nothing relaxing about my house. Any part of it. So there would be no date nights happening at my house.
It'll get better.
It will.
It will. I know. It's a season.
Yeah.
And it's worth it.
I was there too, where we never went out.
It goes through phases. So
Never took the kids out. We never did any of that stuff
it's
when the
hard.
kids were little.
Yeah. We do once in a while. And we have our
chaos, isn't it?
places that we know we can go. And it just depends. It's, you got to check the temperature
They
of the
stress
room.
me out and make me think maybe I don't want a baby. Like I don't know. That's stressful.
One kid, pshaw, that's easy.
I do still have like my parents claim that they will keep the kid multiple times a week.
And they will.
They will. They kept Jesse's.
Yeah.
So
I'm-
in fact, sometimes my sister has to like remind my mom, like, these are my children. They're coming home with me. And my mom is like,
I wish I had to do
brainwash them enough now that they're older that they're like, no, we want to stay with KK.
I loved staying at my grandparents when I was a kid. My kids do too, but they don't stay overnight very often. But okay, so
see.
what was your favorite date?
Oh, I have a lot of favorite dates. I was trying to think about that whenever we were working on this outline. Okay, does a honeymoon count as a date? An activity on a honeymoon?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it didn't technically involve Thor, but
Wait. Then that does not count as a date. If it was a
he was
solo
there
adventure.
and he paid for it.
Okay.
Okay, we were in Cozumel, I think maybe. I don't know. We were in one of the ports on our honeymoon cruise.
Okay.
I think it was Cozumel. And we were like coming back to the boat or on our way off the boat. I don't really remember. All I remember is I saw the baby lion. There was a baby lion and there's a sign that was like, hold the baby lion. I have no idea how much that cost.
You
I don't
didn't
know.
care.
I didn't care. I didn't pay for it. Like, I don't know. I just went over and I held the baby lion and Thor took care of something on the back end. It was the highlight of my life.
Like the baby lion.
Oh yeah, it's this baby lion. He was so sleepy and he was in my arms. And the guy was telling me about how they like rescue the big cats and how this is like a fundraiser for them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. And it was like, it's still like I have pictures of it and I'm just like beaming, I'm just like so happy holding this lion. And I think Thor maybe was there. Like he held the lion too.
He was
probably.
maybe there.
Might have been there.
This lion was like so amazing and I loved it. It's still like the highlight. Like when I think about like cool things I've done.
That is really cool.
Holding that baby lion. So then my sister, who doesn't like me very much, tore me down. And she's like, well, those lions, those babies, the reason it was so sleepy in your arms is because it was drugged. And I was like, oh, like that probably actually makes sense because he was really sleepy in my arms. And she's like, and
take the wind out of your sails.
And they like die because they're handled by humans too much, and like they end up dying. And I was like, well, this is actually horrific.
If they live in a sanctuary like their whole life, then why?
Well, I want to believe that's not accurate, but she says because they're manhandled too much and like too young to be that manhandled.
I just think that you should not listen to Jessie, and you should just keep believing that
agree.
sweet, sleepy little lion baby
loved
wanted to be
hanging out with
cuddled.
me.
Just wanted to be cuddled.
Okay, but that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Thor also took me on one of our. Thor's really good about big dates.
Oh.
Because he likes to leave the house. Like he likes to go out and do stuff. And so usually on our anniversary, or sometimes on our dating anniversary, which is in July. So our wedding anniversary is in February and our dating anniversary is in July.
Okay.
So we dated for 3 years before we got married. And so.
Your birthday's also in July.
And my birthday's in July. And Valentine's Day is in February. So usually July and February are like big months.
Right.
You know, and so we do a lot of celebrating those 2 months. And it's nice because they're kind of separated out. So 1 year, I think it must have been anniversary Valentine's time frame because I have a coat on in the picture. But he took me in Highlandville, there's a big cat sanctuary.
Yes.
And so we went through that. And he paid the extra for me to feed the cats. So I got to feed the lions.
Of course.
It was cool. So they take like this rain gutter because you can't actually feed a lion. Like they'll eat you, right? So they take this rain gutter and like a toilet plunger and they put raw chicken in the gutter and you take the plunger and you push it down towards the lion.
Did that not gross you out, the raw chicken?
I didn't touch it with my hands. I just pushed it towards. I fed the lion,
Okay.
which trumped all other fears.
Oh,
In
okay.
this moment. And I didn't
The
have
whole
to touch
vegetarian
the chicken.
thing. Okay.
Okay, yes, I am a vegetarian. I don't eat the animals, but I acknowledge that the lions have
Needs
to eat the animals.
The animals. Okay.
Yeah. Although I do like to believe the chicken's just a treat and they gets like kitty kibble or something. I don't know how that works. I don't know how they feed the lions. I'm surely they're not like.
Well, and the
giving them
chicken probably died of
zebra.
old age too, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Okay,
That
we're going to go with that.
I'm sure that chicken lived a long, healthy life.
Here we go. Talking about dead damn animals again.
We need to change the name of our podcast.
We really do.
Dead Animal Podcast.
The Dead Animal Roundtable.
But that was cool. It was cool to feed the lion. It was fun. It was a fun date.
Well, that is cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. Well, we just went on a really cool date when we were in Eureka Springs, which the whole trip to Eureka Springs is always like super cool. But we went to a place called Listic Nouveau, and I don't know if I talked about it on here before. And it actually used to be, so they're the Candlestick Inn in Branson.
Oh, yeah.
It's their kids.
Oh.
Or the owner's son and daughter-in-law, I think. And the daughter-in-law is the executive chef at this place. And they only do dinner on, I think it's like Friday and Saturday night, and it's a set dinner.
It's a set menu.
And it's 6 courses, and it rotates. So what we had was called the Lunch Lady menu, and it was all like based around, well, Chris Farley's character from SNL, but also just like lunch, like what you would get on a lunch, your lunch tray in a cafeteria.
It's like the square pizzas and like the weird chicken things.
But it's based on that, but it's very, very like foodie approved, very
I've seen that place. I have
creative.
never been in there though.
Oh, it was just awesome. Like between just the whole experience was great. And this is the weekend that I was off my meds and I was like having vertigo, and I still enjoyed the menu. I mean, the meal. It was so good. And they do a wine pairing that you can pay extra for. And it's not a full glass of wine because 6 glasses would be a lot. But it's like a third of a pour. And Matt and I are not really wine drinkers, but it tasted so good with the foods. It paired so great. And it was just a really cool experience. And so I know that when they switch the menu, which I think they do monthly, we'll have to try it again sometime.
Yeah.
But yeah, very cool. And they said that they are rebuilding where the Candlestick Inn was in Branson. The tornado, I guess, took down that property that happened a few years ago, and they're rebuilding at that location.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and didn't it like burn down at one point and then the tornado came
Possibly,
and, like,
yeah.
finished it off or something? We lived not too far from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Nope. You live in Springfield.
What are your favorite dates you've been on?
like my favorite date. We actually just had a really kind of a cool one. Cliff, on a whim, booked us a room down at the Vandervoort.
Oh, yeah.
And we just literally, he's like, I've booked a room. We're going down there. I'm like, that's in Springfield. And he goes, it doesn't matter. We're going. And so we went down there, got our room, actually walked down to where the old Maria's was.
Okay.
And had dinner. Had a really good dinner, and then came back and just watched movies and just enjoyed the peace and quiet.
Yeah, just a chance to get away. That's awesome.
It was neat. It was neat. And then we got up the next morning, and I think we had 100,000 things to do. So it was kind of a nice break.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good. Like I said, I'm just, anytime that we can be just us, just us talking, even driving in the damn car for 22 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
One year for Valentine's Day, Thor bought us tickets to the Pythian Castle, and they did a dance.
Oh.
Which is not like Thor to want to go to. So I'm sure I asked for it or like begged, but we went and did this dance. And so it was like a bunch of old couples, of course, but then there were also some younger couples. Like we weren't necessarily the youngest couple there. We were definitely one of the youngest couples, but it was just so much fun. So they did like a nice meal, and then they did like lessons in like salsa or whatever it was. And then you got out there on the dance floor and you danced, and it was just so much fun.
That's neat.
Yeah. And I think they do that every Valentine's, like
every
they
year?
do a Valentine's Day thing. Yeah. So it was fun. We also did at Halloween one year, we did the Pythian Castle haunted tour, which I wouldn't really recommend doing at Halloween. They do it all year long. 'Cause at Halloween, they had all this like really cheesy Halloween stuff out. And that was like, it just like kind of took away from like the haunted stories. But it was still a fun tour.
I'd like to do that. And I think this history museum on the square also did a haunted tour.
I have never been to the History Museum on the Square. Is it good?
It is good. I actually got to go with the school. Collier had a field trip, and I was one of the chaperones, and it was really cool. It's not huge, but it has several exhibits. I could have spent way more time, but fourth graders didn't really want to read all the little cards and everything. But the top floor, it is, and the top floor has it's like the Route 66 exhibit. Tons of neon. It's just a really pretty exhibit, like all the neon signs, and I think it had like a full size. It had like a diner set up in there,
cool.
and it was really neat. Highly recommend.
Oh, that's cool.
One time, a couple times, I guess, when I was in college in St. Louis, I dated a guy briefly who was kind of boring, but his friend's dad had a corporate suite at the Blues.
Oh,
And so we'd go watch hockey games in the suite.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
it was really cool.
Those were cool dates. Those were fun.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
It would be fun.
That guy was boring, but like his friend that was fun.
Yeah, the date was cool.
The date was cool. And
With the dates.
it was cool because it was like a group date. So there were a bunch of people there. So I wasn't just stuck with the boring guy all night, So it was a good one.
I can't think of any dates that I did with someone other than Matt, because I feel like, I don't know, I just can't remember life
purged
before
them
that.
from
Yeah,
your
I purged them. But I will say anything we do, we have fun.
No enthralling dates with that guy.
No, we didn't really go on dates. So that
Guy sucked.
I can think of, but yeah. Continue to reiterate how much you hate him. But we've done a couple escape rooms. Those are really cool. So we've
that is
done
cool.
2 in Eureka, and then at the same place, but we've done 2 different rooms there. And then we did one here in Springfield, which I think we have several different escape rooms here. The one we did was on Republic Road, and it was fun. I think it was easier than the ones that we had done in Eureka. But we love just doing those, like trying to figure out puzzles together. And
Yeah.
Anything we do, we have fun.
That's like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on a bad date?
I've definitely been on dates where there was no chemistry.
Well, that's like the boring guy
Yeah.
from St. Louis. Like there was no chemistry there, but the dates were still fun. If he had ever asked me to go on a one-on-one date, I'd be like hard pass. But
I've definitely been on one-on-one dates where it was like just wasn't anything there, and it was kind of awkward and hard to talk, and hard to have any like flow of conversation. But
My social anxiety would not allow me to do that, which is why I've always been such a big fan of group dates or just like groups in general of just like not being stuck alone with somebody I don't know that well because
Yeah.
I'm so uninterested in trying to think of things to talk to that person about.
See, that's why I don't think I could date now.
I wouldn't date now. If Thor dies, I'll just become a cat lady.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm
Cat and dog.
not interested.
we went to a concert. This is when I was in high school with my boyfriend at the time. Went to a 311 concert, which is probably not a band I would see now, but at the time we were 17 and there weren't a whole lot of concerts coming through Springfield, big bands. So they played at the Shrine, and I remember he was very awkward. And so we'd been dating for several months, but instead of like going down on the floor and like participating in the concert, we just like sat in the chairs. Like,
Oh,
yeah. And that was kind of boring.
Concerts.
Yeah, it was not really, I don't know. That was like kind of lame.
High school, I feel like I had a lot of awkward dates. Like Nixa High School had so many freaking school dances. There were so many dances.
See, and that's funny because they literally have the prom and they have homecoming dance. That's it. That's all they have now.
Well, and my mom was not a girl's girl because I would get asked by these guys that I didn't know that well. They weren't theater kids. Like they just weren't my group. And she'd be like, he asked you should go. And that is like, now I think about it and I'm like, I would never tell my daughter that. Like I would be like, you can say no.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like she did it predatorily, but she was always
Right.
like, you should go to the military ball with Joe. He asked you to go. And I'd be like, I don't want to do that. And she'd be like, you're going. And then we'd like go get a dress and I was going. And it was always like, okay. So there was a lot of awkward, like,
Oh God, no.
do you dance? No, because I don't want to be here.
I don't think they dance. I don't think they dance at dances. I mean, there's some kids that do, but yeah,
I went to 2 dances throughout my high school career.
Only 2?
Yeah, junior prom and prom.
me too.
That was it.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh.
never got asked to a dance, had no interest in going to the dances. Felt
What is
too awkward.
junior prom that you go to as a junior?
Yeah. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's prom.
See, we didn't have that. I went to prom with Cliff when he was a senior and I was a sophomore.
Okay.
So I went to his prom and then I went to my prom and that was it.
We only had one prom. So I went to prom sophomore, junior, senior year. But it's because we were all friends with the theater kids. And so, like you
You'd go
took
as
the
a
younger
date.
classmate.
Yep.
Yeah. And so you could all go hang out together. And then we had, I wanted to say, is it just one homecoming? Was it one homecoming and then
There's
like
usually 2. There's
usually
one
do
for
2.
football and one for basketball.
Okay, that makes more sense because I felt like there was always a homecoming, and then there was always like some other dance, like some extra dance. There was like at least 4 a year. Like it was a lot. It felt like a lot of dances.
I
Yeah.
feel like when the girls-
LPA, ladies pay all.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's something like that, like a lady or a Sadie Hawkins or some
yeah.
version of that.
Same.
And then there was the military ball that I went to twice, which
I don't know
never,
what this military ball is.
It was like
Was it the
ROTC, JROTC, whatever
Yeah.
that is.
Oh.
And I never wanted to go. Both times I did not want to go.
And your mom made you.
And my mom made me because I was asked.
Yeah, that's...
I was just, that's just what I recall, but I mean, I'm sure if anybody out there now that has kids going to Nixa High School, if there's any other dances, I don't know. They can correct us if we're wrong. But I mean, I think that's all that we had. And the girls, Cameron went to homecoming her freshman year, and she went to prom her junior year, and she went to prom her senior year. That was it.
Well, and my sister had all the dresses because she'd gone through it all. And so I think it was one of those like, you've been asked, you've got a dress you can wear, just do it.
Oh yeah, speaking of, we've got 2 prom dresses for sale. My mom's trying to get offload my prom dresses. She still has them.
My prom dress. I don't think I have any of Jessie's dresses that I wore, but I have, I wore mostly my sister's dresses. Like
I still have my prom dresses.
I wore my sister's dresses most of my high school dances because, we were the same size and she wasn't using them anymore. She was in college by that point. So it just made sense.
spent
And
a lot
again,
of money on 'em,
I wasn't
too.
that excited about
Yeah.
going to these dances.
Really give
So
a shit.
I usually wore her dresses, or we would just go to like Penny's or Dillard's and just buy something off the rack that was not super expensive,
Well, I worked at Deb when I was a junior.
Deb was a big one. I bought a lot
and
of
that's where I
dresses at
bought
Deb.
my dress.
Yeah.
It was at Deb.
But for my prom dress, now this would have been in 2005. So this was like inflation, keep in mind. But for my prom dress, I remember mom like just decided, she's like, you know what, Jordan, we haven't bought you that many dresses. We're going to go buy you a nice prom dress. And I was kind of like, why? I'm going with the same guy I went with last year. Like, I don't know, like why? But she was like, we're doing it. And I was
You go
like,
to Norman's?
okay. I can't remember where we went. Maybe I honestly cannot remember. No, it was like McDaniel.
Yeah, that's where I went, McDaniel.
They're closed now, right?
Yeah, and that same thing, 2005, and I got the catalog in the mail, and I found a dress in it. I was like, this is the one I want. And we went and I tried it on and I loved it and we bought it. And of course we had to have like a foot of fabric cut off the bottom because I'm so damn short. And we still have it. And I feel like it's not something that like really goes out of style. It's very, very unique.
Oh, not mine. Mine's so out of style. Mine is the quintessential Cinderella ball gown with like miles and miles of tulle, like so puffy that I remember trying to get into Kyle's truck and it just like didn't all fit. Yeah. But like so much tulle, but it was purple, of course, because I love purple. And the bodice is like all sequins. Like it was gorgeous. And it was hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
In 2005.
Super expensive.
And I remember my mom being like, okay, we're going to buy this and we're not going to tell dad how much we spent. Like that was like the thing. That was
that
like
sounds so familiar.
This is perfect. This is your dress. We're buying it. And I remember mine was long too, but like we did a combination of really tall heels, which I could wear back then, and just like trip over the dress. It's fine. You know, like we didn't cut anything off of it.
Oh, my junior year, my dress was pink, also from Deb. And I remember there was a store in the mall called Baker's that sold shoes. I don't know if you guys remember Baker's. And so I worked at Deb and I found these clear heels, but they had a little bit of pink. They had a pink little bow and they matched, the pink was the same color as my dress. And I wanted them so bad. And they had, I think the deal was they had the size 6 in like the display shoe, but they couldn't find its mate.
Oh.
I went every shift I worked at Deb. I would walk down there and ask them if they had found it. And eventually they did. They found it.
They're probably like, God, find this freaking shoe.
Find the shoe.
Girl,
She's
driving us
coming
nuts.
back.
And so, and I wore those to school. I mean, like the clear plastic heels, I wore them all the time.
Were they like stripper heels?
They were not that high. They were not that high. They were like probably 2-inch heels.
I remember Baker's because they were one of the only stores you could buy Steve Madden's for a little while.
Yeah.
And so I had several
They had
pairs
cool
of
shoes.
Steve Madden pumps from there. Okay, so I think back to my college or my high school years, and I think I wore stilettos, or like maybe not true stilettos, but like tall heels almost every single day
To school?
of my senior year.
Yeah.
Well, specifically because, not because I was like a fashionista or anything, but because again, I was like the weird theater kid, like not because I was so angry with our vice principal, who at the time, I cannot remember that woman's name, and she doesn't deserve to have her name remembered, honestly. She
I bet you I can tell you exactly
made
who it is.
this point my senior year to say, because again, not a girl's girl, to say that girls at Nixa couldn't wear white pants anymore because it was distracting to the boys whenever their panties showed through.
Fuck that.
Oh my God.
And they shouldn't be able to wear the high heels because they could be used as weapons or whatever it was. And so every single freaking day of my senior year, I showed up to school
for
in
you.
my white
You
pants
walked those
and my stilettos.
halls and stairs.
Yeah.
Oh
I wore
my
heels
God.
And it
too.
didn't bother me at all. I had this amazing pair of green heels that I have like on in my senior pictures.
Pointy toed.
Yeah, pointy
Yeah, I
toed,
can
great,
picture 'em.
green shoes, and they were gorgeous, and I wore them all the time. And I remember my mom just being like, because she was like an employee, she'd just be like, okay, you know, like whatever, Jordan. But like she knew I couldn't do anything about it. But I mean, like I was just so angry because no, screw that lady. She doesn't get to tell me what I can wear. And like really white pants because it distracts the boys. Are you kidding me? Those boys need to be suspended.
Yeah.
Those boys suck.
I got called to the office several times for my skirt being too short.
Oh, it makes me sick.
And they would have you like it had to be below your fingertips.
Yep.
Like if you put your finger, so I would like put my shoulders up as high as they would go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really pissed me off. It was dumb.
Oh, gross. It's just gross.
But yeah, boys can wear whatever they want.
Okay. Have you guys ever done the like date night coupons or like the pre-printed cards?
Like the popsicle sticks.
The popsicle sticks. Yeah. I used to see those on Pinterest all the time where like you write the date night ideas in the jar and then you pull them out and it gives you the idea to go on a spontaneous date night.
That would be good. I would like that. Just because I get tired of going, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do?
Okay, well, I have a gift idea for both of you to give to your significant other. Matt gave it to me. It's called the Adventure Challenge.
I actually have it pulled out.
Do you? Okay.
I've been looking at those.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, what is it?
So it's a book, and it comes with a little token that you use to scratch off the dates, and so you like pick a date, and it gives you some keys, like how long is it going to take? Is it something you can do at home or something you do outside the home? Something maybe you have to do at night. It gives you some ideas, like there's symbols. And so you go through and you pick your date and then you scratch it off together and you do the date. And then there's also a space where you can take pictures. Like we bought one of those in Insta, like Polaroid. I don't know what it's called. Yeah. But yeah. You take pictures of your date and then you put it in the book. So then you basically have a scrapbook when you're done. And so Matt bought me the Adventure Challenge, which is a white book to do. I say he bought that. Maybe we got it as a wedding gift. No, we didn't get it as a wedding gift. He bought it for me because we haven't had it that long. Anyway, so we did several dates in it. And then he bought me the black book, which is like the like probably not even R, like probably like an X-rated one, but it has more like sexual things in it.
And is it also like you scratch off the thing and do whatever it says?
Yep.
Well, that's way too adventurous for me.
It is pretty. Both pretty
versions
spicy.
Actually, are going to be too adventurous for me because here's the thing: even with the dates, what if I don't want to do that thing?
I mean, there's no one holding your feet to the flame. It's in the book.
Are you kidding me? If I give that to Thor as a gift, then like Thor's gonna be like, "This says we're going hiking under the stars. We're going." And
okay,
I'll be like, "Oh, hard pass."
So an example of one that we did was making a 6-frame comic that we drew of how we met. So like I drew how we met and he drew how we met and then we exchanged it. And I still have like the one he drew and he still has the one I drew. So like cute things like that, different things I would never think to do something like that, you know. But that was something that we could do like in an hour at the house. I think the one that we got tripped up on, the last one we scratched off was redoing a date that our parents had done. And which is a really cute idea. But when I asked my mom, I was like, okay, well, where did you guys used to go? Or what'd you do? And she's like, oh, sometimes we'd go to bars, but we really didn't do anything. We just like watch TV. And then I asked Matt and he's like, my dad doesn't even like remember, you know? And so we kind of just like,
so
that never happened.
One of your parents, so both of your parents are still married. Like your parents are
married.
Well,
my parents are married. His mom is gone. So
right, but he is remarried.
But he's remarried. But yeah,
but clearly neither set of parents are like dating.
No.
Still.
Not at all. So
my parents have boring dates, so it wouldn't work out. They just go to like dinner and a movie or to a nice steakhouse.
Yeah, nothing too adventurous. And so that was why we were just like, well, and then we never revisited the book. So it's still in our closet.
The book, what, twice?
Huh?
Have you done it twice?
Oh no, we've done it probably 5 or 6 times. The white one.
Okay.
Do you want to tell us about the black one?
The black one we've done a few times too, but I'll leave that. I'm not going to go into detail on that one.
Okay.
But I highly recommend. And there's a bunch. There's, I think, one for maybe families. Like there's different versions of the book, but it's a lot of fun.
If you're willing to be adventurous.
Well, it is called the Adventure Challenge, Jordan.
Well, nobody thinks like, oh, Jordan, adventure.
Right.
Yeah,
You're
those two things go together.
You're a planner, I know.
And I'm like a safe zone girl. I'm like what can we do at home? Or within like the one city block of our
but
house.
it tells you. Like
Okay.
before you pick the date, before you do the scratch off, you look at the symbols and it'll give you an idea.
I'm ordering one right now.
Okay, you let us know how it goes.
Not the black one. I'm just going to get the white one.
Yeah, okay. Please specify.
Well, yeah.
You get whatever you want, Amanda. I'm sure Cliff will enjoy it.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I want to hear how you guys like it.
Yeah, I'm excited because I've been looking at it and I hadn't talked to anybody that had it. And now that you've got, I'm like, all right, I'm doing it.
It's fun.
Okay, well, of course, I did a little Google search.
Of course you did.
Of course.
And I found, so we apparently have a springfieldmo.org website. I don't know who runs it, if it's like the Tourism Bureau or maybe the Chamber of Commerce or maybe some combination thereof. I don't know. But Madison Yawn in January of 2024 posted an article.
Recently.
Yeah. And it says 100+ date ideas for a romantic night in the Ozarks.
Okay.
And I know Lauren's favorite thing is whenever I find these long listicles and go through them for hours on end.
100 items is like right up my alley. Yes.
Yeah.
Please go through
So-
all 100 items.
Okay, so here's some ideas. You guys tell me if you've done this or not, or if it sounds fun.
Okay.
Go bowling and laser tagging at Andy B's.
Matt won't bowl.
We've done the bowling.
Matt won't bowl?
No.
What's wrong with you, Matt?
I know, right? He went on a date in high school. He could tell you about having a bad date. He went on a date in high school and did some shit like when he threw the ball, like he went with the ball or something, like went flying down the lane and got so embarrassed that he just left. He left his date there.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
So he screwed it up and then left his date.
Yeah, he was really embarrassed. So
I have to tell you, Matt. Does Matt listen to this podcast?
No.
No. Okay, well, you need to tell him
he
First of
listened
all,
to a
to
few
listen.
episodes. Okay.
to the podcast. Thor listens to the podcast. Does Cliff listen to the podcast?
He does not have any headphones to do it in his. He's ordered specific headphones just so he can listen to us.
Okay.
Girls, your husbands need to be more attentive here.
I don't think he cares what I talk about. Like he's just like I don't know.
Supporting you and getting you another listen on that freaking
I
podcast
agree.
app.
I agree.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, anyway, Matt needs to come on here and share his stories because he's like one of the best storytellers I know.
He's a character.
He's hilarious. So we need to get Matt on this podcast.
So we went, this is a total side note. We went to his office today to take him lunch and he just moved offices like to a different part of the office. And so one of the other lenders came out that I had not met before and she's talking to Goldie and Abe and she's like, well, what's your name to Abe? And he's being all shy. And she's like, how are you shy if Matt's your dad?
Fair question.
Yeah, that's a great question. And he's not usually shy. I think he was tired. But anyways.
That's funny.
Well, Thor doesn't like to bowl because he's missing part of a finger, which I think is kind of not a fair excuse. So he's missing just like the top knuckle off of one of his fingers because he's doing something stupid at work and trying to throw this big giant speaker away and crushed it off in the
Oh God.
thing. But it's fine. He's still fine. But it's like very tender at the tip of that now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like wider than like a fingertip. So it's hard to get inside the bowling ball. And it's one of the fingers you use to bowl, I guess.
Okay.
And so his fingers always get sore when we go bowling. But I love to bowl.
Just granny bowl.
I've told him that and he does. But like the problem is like he doesn't bowl as well as he used to, right? Because whenever he could grip it appropriately and, you know, men are so competitive. And so then he gets upset.
Yeah.
And, you know, so we don't bowl that often anymore, but I love it. We do it maybe once a year. Although
like
we
bowling.
haven't really bowled very much since the pandemic.
Yeah.
I remember a comedian being like, things we'll never do after COVID, bowling, where you go and stick your grubby fingers inside some ball everyone's touched and never washed your hands, and then immediately stick your hands inside of a bag of nachos. And I was like,
And Jordan went, no.
yeah,
I
was like,
love the
the
nachos
end.
Yeah.
so much.
I know. I love bowling alley food in
Yes.
general, like popcorn, nachos, mozzarella sticks, beer, like whatever
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. Well, I don't drink beer, but you know, like just like the concept.
Yep.
Yeah. Not since the pandemic.
Before we got married and when we were living in San Diego still, we used to go bowling every Monday night.
Like as part of like a league or a club or just for fun?
The place that we used to go had 99-cent games. Mm-hmm. And so we get a bunch of us together and we'd get like 3 lanes and go bowling every Monday night.
That's so fun.
Oh, that's fun.
It was fun.
We went to a birthday party last year for a 5-year-old so I have bowled with Matt, but it was because we took our kids and like it was a whole birthday party set up. So he and I have not gone on a bowling date. I think that's overdue.
Make sure he knows if he screws up the bowling ball, like he doesn't have to leave you. It's fine.
Right, like we're married. I can probably get over it.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Play some vintage arcade games at 1984 arcade.
Pinball. The pinball's my favorite part.
Yeah. So they have Burger Time there, which is like my favorite
Vintage game.
80s, game. Although now we have it upstairs. That's a sad story.
Clearly.
Should I tell you that sad story? Okay, this is really sad. So Thor has wanted an arcade game, like an arcade machine for years. He used to have Donkey Kong Jr., but he never really played it. And then we were getting ready to move, and he ended up giving it to his friend Bubby. If you listen to his other podcast, It's All Fish and Chips. Well, his podcast, It's All Fish and Chips. You'll meet Bubby. And so we gave the arcade machine to him because it's huge. It's like the size of an arcade machine, and he never played it. And so we got rid of it. So then we're in this house for a few years, and of course he just keeps talking about how he wants an arcade machine, and I'm like, just find one and get it. Like, so he's looking and looking, and he finally finds one, but he's telling me like, oh, it's this Neo Geo thing or Nat Geo. I don't know what it is. It's some sort of fancy arcade machine that's got all these different games on it, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's gonna have fun games on it. I'm thinking Burger Time, Pac-Man, I don't know, like all the fun
old
stuff.
Cool stuff.
Well, he goes and gets it. He like rents a truck, drives down like on his birthday, gets the thing, brings it back, sets it up. It's the most boring games. It's all just a bunch of like old 80s fighting combat games.
Like Street Fighter and all that stuff.
Like it's just like the most boring games. And I was like, is Burger Time on here? Is Pac-Man on here? Is like any like Tetris, like anything fun at all on here? No. And he's like, no. And I was like, okay. So I was just like,
That sucks.
I'm not very interested in this then. Well, then so this is like the game he wanted. It's all the games from his childhood that he liked playing. So then he goes and does all this research and buys this new cassette with the games I like on it.
Aww.
And he has to like completely rewire his case, which he's an audiovisual professional, so it's fine. Like he knows how to do it. But he had to like resolder a bunch of stuff to make it work. And so he puts in this new thing so that it has all the games I like on it. And so I played Burger Time a couple of times. And then I was like, okay, that was fun. You can put your other thing back. And he's like, well, now I've completely rewired this thing to work for you. And I'm like, oh does that make me a bad wife?
Oh, no. So he took the games that he wanted out
And put your games
and put
in.
your games in, and then you're done.
Does that make me a bad wife?
Yeah, kind of.
I don't think so.
I think it might.
Kinda.
It might.
A
I
little
keep
bit.
telling him, like, just rewire it back. And he's like, you could only do that so many times. And I'm like, well,
Well, I don't. You didn't
fine.
realize that he was like it was
No, but he's
so
just like
expensive.
such a good guy, right?
He is a
Aw.
great guy. He just loves you so much.
So now I feel kind of bad. But also, like, these games are way more fun. And, like, I'm sure he'll have more fun playing these
So
games.
do you play those
Right.
games? Do you play it more?
I played it a couple times.
You need to go play it some more.
You need to be playing that shit once a week. Listen, put it on your
saw-
calendar.
Yeah.
I don't actually have time to play arcade games.
If you schedule it on your calendar,
nice.
30 minutes, play
And
Burger Time.
30 minutes, like, oh, come on. You can play, like, 2 rounds for, like, 3 minutes and you're done. You know, like, it's not that interesting.
Your husband spent all that time.
And you need to do it when he's home so he knows
Yeah.
you're doing it. I'm just saying.
Ugh. He just needs to put his other thing back in and be done with it and play his boring games. Oh, these games are more interesting. He should play these games.
My favorite game at 1984, the one that, but other than pinball, I love pinball, but you have to pay extra for that, is like this very gory game. It's, you know, it's 80s, so like it's not super, there's only so much gore they can show. But it is, it's like they just like have guns and they shoot each other, and then there's like more, and it's like pro wrestling. Like there's a guy that like
I'm
with a
telling
mic
ya.
that comes down, and but it's like a killing game.
Oh, God.
But instead of pro wrestling, but it's like set up like that. I don't know. It's very gory.
It's probably up there.
very-
Like, whatever game you want, he probably has at this point. Okay, mini golf. Have you guys done mini? We've done
Yes.
lots of mini golf.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we've done Fun Acre.
Blue Room Comedy Club. Have you guys ever gone to see a comedy
Have not
show?
done that yet.
We haven't either. Thor doesn't like, I love stand-up comedy. Like, I just enjoy it. But Thor is just not that impressed by them. Like, they're never funny enough for him.
He should be a stand-up comic.
He probably could be.
He could be.
But he's never that impressed with them. And so he's always like, I don't want to go watch some idiot talk for an hour. Like, he's just like, no, I'm not doing that. So we've never done that.
Yeah, we haven't done that either. I've looked at, who's going to be there and thought, oh, maybe we should do that. And then it's like,
I never know comedians.
there's a freaking show on Sunday night. I'm like, I don't want to go on a Sunday night. I have to go to work the next day.
Right.
We are going to go see when we're in Vegas. We're going to go see Piff the Magic Dragon.
You were talking about that.
He's
Yeah.
like a combination of magic and stand-up, I feel like.
So not just stand-up.
No, he's just entertaining.
Yeah.
And it's just like stupid comedy. It's fun. He has a dog. It's good.
Oh, the dog. That, yeah.
Mr.
Fine.
Piffles. Yeah. I ice skating at Jordan Valley Ice Park. Have you guys done that?
No.
We have not. I actually just went ice skating on Sunday for another kid's birthday party. Had so much
Lauren
fun.
does all of her dates at kids' birthday parties.
Yes,
Maybe without
and Matt didn't go to this one, so it was just me and two of my kids. Which Helen, by the way, is like a fucking pro at 5 years old. She was killing it on the ice
I
rink
can believe it.
and was super confident. It was great. But Matt and I were like, oh, duh, we should go on a date there. So I see that in our future.
That was one where Thor and I did a lot of group dates or just like group friends stuff. Even before we were dating, we had like a group of friends that would go to Jordan Valley and ice skate every couple of weeks. And we did that several times. And Thor was like really good, like had his own skates good.
Oh, wow.
I like could not stay standing on the ice. So he was just like kind of dragging me along the entire time. I was not good at ice skating. Once again, another athletic thing Jordan failed at. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't even know you could do this. Swim with sharks at Wonders of Wildlife.
Yeah, you can do that.
We have
you done
been
it?
to Wonders of Wildlife, but I would not swim with the sharks. That's not my jam.
We've been to Wonders of Wildlife, but I have not been swimming with it. I don't want to get in that water.
No.
I do like to play with when we go down and pet the stingrays. I love that part.
That room stinks so
It does
bad.
stink so bad, but
It
that's
is fun,
so
though.
neat.
Yeah,
I
we've
think
done
it's
it
really
too.
neat.
Yeah.
Big Shots Golf.
Only for work. That's the only time I've been there.
Oh, we went and did that just a couple weeks ago for Valentine's Day, another Valentine's Day.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was lots
Yeah.
of fun.
Matt's like kind of adverse to golf. Like he grew up belonging to a country club and like was like anti country club, anti golf. Unless they're giving him food and then he wants the country club
I was
food.
going to say, don't you guys have dinner at a country
Yeah,
club
we
like
do.
every night? Okay.
And it's
every week?
It's the food is very good. But he's like anti golf. So I don't know about Big Shots, but Fun Acre for sure.
Yeah, we are
been to
not
golf.
good golfers, but it was fun. I mean, it was just fun. Roller skating at Skateland.
I was there last night for skate night. With Matt. Matt skated with the kids. I held Goldie.
I haven't been roller
not a date
skating
night.
in like 25 years.
I have not been roller
It
skating.
was fun, guys.
Well, I have a story about Skateland in Springfield.
Uh-oh.
Oh, let's hear it.
Oh, yeah. So it's been, let's see, Jacob's 13. So it was 12 years ago. Jake had just turned 1. Now, mind you, all my husband and my kids, Jake and Cameron, and my father-in-law, all their birthdays are in the same week in October. So we had some family, and so we were going to have a big birthday party for everybody. So we spent the day at Incredible Pizza. Mm-hmm. And then that night, we were like, let's go roller skating. Let's go, Skateland. Cliff's like, I got my own rollerblades. Let's go. So we go to our house. We get the rollerblades. We go back to Skateland. And Cliff goes to put his rollerblades on after I get everybody's skates. And his left rollerblade, I'm probably going to get it totally wrong. One of them was broke. The skate was broke. And he's like, well, you need to go get me some skates. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we go back. We rent him some rollerblades because that's what he wanted. Because he's going to show the girls how to roller skate. Jake's a year old, so I'm like, I'm holding him. He's like, aren't you going to skate? I was like, no.
What are you going to do with the baby? That's what I
Well,
did with Goldie last night.
My luck, I would have fallen and broken a wrist.
Right.
I was just like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not fall and break anything. My husband did.
Oh, my God. On the rollerblades?
On the rollerblades. He broke his leg.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he broke his ankle and ended up having to have an ambulance come pick him up.
Oh, this is bad.
It was bad. He ended up having surgery. He's got 2 plates and like 12
Holy
screws in
shit.
his ankle.
Oh, no.
Wow.
It was wicked.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going roller skating. That would happen to me. Just
Yeah.
so we all know, that would happen to me.
So that was, like I said, Jacob had just turned 1 and then Emily turned 10 in January. And of course, what does she want to do for her birthday?
Go skating.
Can we go rollerblading and Skateland? And so we did it. Cliff was in his boots still.
Oh, my God.
Because this all happened in end of October. Yeah.
Did you both just sit on the sideline and be like, get out there, kids?
Sure did.
Go break something.
Yep.
Sure did. I watched him like a hawk, and Cliff and I and Jake sat on the side and watched, and I was like, that was awful. So no, we don't go roller skating anymore.
Okay.
Okay, this one, I don't even know what it is. Get into a Nerf fight, which I know what a Nerf fight is, but at Warzone.
Yeah, I've been there for a kid's birthday party. It's been maybe 2 years ago.
What is it? Is
What
it cool
is
for adults?
Warzone?
I wouldn't go there, but it's not really my
Okay.
jam. But I guess it's kind of the same concept as like paintball, but it's with
Nerf guns.
Nerf guns. Yeah,
Okay.
it's over there at Walnut Lawn and Campbell. In that,
I'm not interested in paintball. I'm probably not interested in Nerf either because I don't need anything hitting me. But I will get so competitive with a laser tag.
oh my god,
My kids love laser tag.
I love laser tag, but I'm not interested in paintball. Thor used to do paintball with his friends, and like he would come home with like
the bruises and the welts.
yes, and I would be like, it's like they'd still be there like a week later.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, that is a freaking problem.
Matt did it competitively. Like,
Oh my
I know,
God.
shocking, right? He was on like a team.
Cliff didn't have it that. He didn't take it that extreme, but he loved doing it. Him and his cousin and his uncles would go out and do it. I was like, wow, no, I don't need to go.
I don't think is there even. I guess there is a place still around here you can do it, but
Okay, rock climbing at Zenith Climbing Center, or
I've
Ozark
been to Zenith.
skydiving.
haven't done that.
Nope.
Not do that.
I haven't done either one of those, and probably am not going to. I did do Fritz's for a work event.
Yeah,
You didn't climb rocks though.
No, but I was there. I was in the building.
and you didn't do that skydiving thing out front. That's not there anymore.
I don't think I did anything actually.
I think we just walked
You
around.
showed everyone your smiling face.
Yeah,
That's right. I was hosting.
made sure everyone had pizza.
Yeah, that's right. I did all of that. Zip lining. Have you guys ever been zip lining?
I will not do that.
Not done that.
Yeah, I'm not interested either. Like, I don't want to do it.
If something creates adrenaline in my body, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do a roller coaster. I don't want to do any of that.
Go spelunking with adventure cave tours at Talking Rocks Cavern. That seems.
Cliff and Jacob just went to Talking Rocks a couple weeks ago.
How was it?
They really liked it.
Well, is this like a more hardcore tour?
Yes,
though?
with the splunking. Yeah, I think so. I don't think the boys did that.
Thor loves caves. I hate them.
Do not like them. I hate them.
I hate them.
I
feel
like them, but I'm not gonna like get down on my hands and knees in one.
I am. Well, first of all, half of them you do end up on your hands and knees, like to get through whatever passageway or something.
Or you're walking on something that's like, maybe 5 inches wide.
Yeah,
I
but
can't
I
go.
also don't like the concept that I'm underground and like that crap can cave in on me at any minute.
Yeah.
And Thor's like, this has been here for millions of years.
Doesn't
Right.
matter.
Not, and I'm like, I don't care.
I don't care.
It's this moment that it's going to come caving in on me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's further down the list, but I will just shout out a couple caves. There's Crystal Cave that is north of town, and we had Collier's birthday party there a couple years ago. Very cool. They it's a walking tour of a cave.
Oh, that's cool.
No crawling on your
Okay.
hands and knees that I recall. Walking tour. Helen and Collier both did it, so this was
wow.
Helen was probably 4 at the time, 3 at the time, and they also do. They have like the rock. Like mining that you can do, like the panning, I guess, for
yeah.
rocks. And then also the Smallland Civil War Cave in Springfield is owned by some friends of my parents. It used to be an Assemblies of God like summer camp. And in, I don't know how many years ago, was bought by a family, and they do cave tours now. And it was a cave that was actually used for during like a Civil War battle or as a hideout or something. If you have not been there, the opening to the cave is ginormous. It is so cool.
And
to
this is
see.
Smallland.
Smallland
I
Civil
think
War
that's
Cave.
where Cliff was wanting to go over there.
Yeah, it is very cool. We did in I want to say earth science in like 7th or 8th grade. We went through there, and then I got to lead a group of Cub Scouts through there back when it was the Assemblies of God summer camp.
So is there crawling involved in
Nope.
Smallland? I've always kind of wanted to go to Smallland, although I'm not a huge cave fan, but Thor does love
It's by
caves.
your parents' house.
It is. Like,
Yeah.
I always see it. I always see the sign for it. And I'm always like, oh, we should.
I don't think you'll like get dirty or anything.
Okay, well, that makes me feel better.
See, does he like the one at Silver Dollar City?
Yeah, but I mean, he's done it so many times.
I won't go in that one.
Why?
I just don't.
It's so many steps,
I think maybe that's it too, but I don't.
and then they pull you out on that thing.
I don't like caves.
He always wants to go to like new caves.
The
Nice,
one
like,
and only cave that I remember we went to, we were actually driving home from when my parents lived in Oregon, and we stopped at Mount Shasta, and they have a cave there that we went and walked through. And
Where's that at?
up in Northern California.
Okay.
It was beautiful, but I was like, I'm done. It was one of those really like tight crawling
Yeah.
through
Yeah,
ones.
no, I want one like a guided tour that I'm not gonna
Well, this was a guided tour that we went
Gonna
on,
be getting
but you still had
dirty
to
or-
like, get through.
Yeah, I've been to a couple where you had to like crawl through things.
I'm not interested in that.
Me either. Me
No,
either.
thank you.
Because you do get dirty, and you are definitely going to get stuck somewhere.
I mean,
no.
like I said, that one was beautiful, but it was good for me. I don't need to get into another one.
Okay, what about trivia nights?
We have not gone to a trivia night.
We did one for the school
Right.
a couple weeks ago. And Matt and I competed with my brother and sister-in-law and one other friend. I guess you could call it a date night. My mom watched the kids, so sort of. Lots of fun.
Where
I
was it
love
at?
trivia. We were at 4x4.
Okay.
But it was our PTA that actually put
the
it
one,
on.
the new one in Ozark?
No,
No.
it was the one in
The one
Galloway.
in Galloway. Okay.
Which is, we have some PTA meetings there sometimes. And
Okay.
So, and it was just a couple
You
of
need to have PTA meetings at a brewery.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, I feel like
Definitely
you
do.
would be more productive.
I think so.
And I feel
You're
like
very productive.
a couple
Thank you.
drinks in, everyone's going to be a little more honest about
Yeah.
their opinions.
Yep. We have a good time.
We've been to a couple of trivia nights for random things on cruise ships or for fundraisers or for whatever, but my family went through a phase for a long time where we really liked Trivial Pursuit.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
We found the millennial version, and where we could actually answer the questions, and it wasn't stuff that all happened before we were born. And so we played that for a year straight, for every week for a year. But we stopped playing because it wasn't fun anymore, because my husband and my brother are both just so smart.
They know everything.
They knew everything.
Yeah.
And we liked playing boys against girls,
Well, you can't do that.
but no, you can do that. You had to separate them and put them in different teams. But then nobody really wanted to be on a team with them either, because they just yelled out the answer. There was no
you might as well
talking
just
about
play
it.
each other.
Yeah, well, we just stopped playing.
Yeah.
Because it's not fun whenever one person knows every single answer, or two people know every single
We
answer.
had the original Trivial Pursuit. My mom had it. And so we would play that every once in a while. I didn't know shit.
Well, so that's we never knew
Yeah,
any of the
because I was-
answers, or
yeah.
would barely know. And then these two would just be like, it's this, it's this, it's this. Give me my piece of pie. And we'd be like,
So we have this new game, and I just looked it up on Amazon because I wanted to make sure I quoted it and said it was right. We bought this game. It's called Smart Ass,
Okay.
and it is a trivia game. And it has a donkey on the front of it. But you have a board that you go around, and then it has where, who, what, and hard ass. Those are the questions. Those are the categories of questions.
Okay.
And it'll give you the cards actually have a lineup, if it's a who am I? And it has 10 facts about this person. And if you can guess it, and we play in teams. But if you can guess that person, who it is, before you get to the bottom or whatever, then, you get your points for that one. And it's pretty fun. We do have fun with it. The kids
sounds
even like
fun.
playing it.
Yeah.
So-
I
I'll have to
love
look at
board
that.
games. Is your game night you're hosting going to be board games and stuff?
I don't know. Well, I told Cameron to figure out what games she wanted to play. Usually we do Phase 10 or Uno.
I love Face 10.
Uno Flip or Farkle. Or
I've made my family play Face 10 so much that they're done with it and won't do it anymore. But
we've gotten
I love
to the
it.
point where we don't even get to Phase 8.
Yeah, we'll be let's do Phase 6.
Yeah. I love it, but yeah, it starts taking so long. But the last time we did this, we did Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we did that too. My family did that for about a year.
Yeah.
Cards Against Think about Cards Against Humanity. It's so much fun in the beginning, and it's fun if you play with other different people that you don't
Yeah.
know or
Yeah.
that you haven't played with. But my family, this is just what the Hawkins family does. I don't know to tell everybody, but we played it for a long time. And it was my mom and dad and me and my sister and our husbands and my aunt and uncle, whoever, right? But you and my cousin, but you start to just you figure out,
Yeah.
Right.
My
Yep.
cousin was always going to have some sort of poop answer and
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
You just always figured out, you could almost tell oh, this is your card and this is your card.
Uh-huh.
And it just became not as much fun.
Yeah.
But if you play it with different groups of people,
Yeah.
it's still hilarious.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt and I also love board games, but we
Love
just
them.
don't ever have, it's just the two of us. So we don't have a lot of people to play them with.
But we should do game
we
nights
should.
because
Yeah.
I love to play board games and it's the exact same thing where it's just me and Thor and there's no one to play with.
And we bought Clue for the Switch.
Oh.
So we can play Clue on the
Ooh,
Switch.
cool. I do like Clue.
That's
And we also
cool.
like to play Mario Party on the Switch
Yeah.
a lot.
Jacob's gotten addicted to chess, and that's
Ooh.
just too smart for my head.
Yeah, no.
I can't do it. So him and Cliff play.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then the other one he loves is Monopoly, and I fucking hate Monopoly.
Monopoly goes forever.
It takes forever, and he wants to play all the time, and I'm just like, I can't. I have to mentally prepare myself.
I like
when we do a
Monopoly, but
Monopoly
like
night.
everyone in my family hates it.
It just takes forever.
Yeah.
Forever. We've even got the Spider-Man edition, and then we have like the normal edition because Jake wanted when he was little, and I'm like, I just can't do it.
I like Life.
Yeah.
I like the classic.
Oh yeah,
Game
I
of
like Life too.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do a game night.
I
gonna be fun.
think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, here's several that we've done on various date nights. Creative Glass at Creative Escape Glass.
What?
It's not like hand blown glass, although my mom's sister and I went and did hand blown glass ornaments a couple times, and those were so much fun. Why don't we do that anymore? I think his kids got in the way, but though it was really fun. We should do that more.
Is it still open? Is the Springfield?
This was not in Springfield.
Oh,
it was like
never
somewhere nearby, like Aurora, or I can't
Okay.
remember. I don't know. KK, tell us in the group chat what we did.
And then schedule a time.
Then schedule
for
a
you
time for
guys
us to go. No, this is like it's like glass that you like lay out in a pattern. Like we made a tray, and then they like
Like
use
stained
it.
glass type thing?
Yeah, kind of like stained glass, but
so
it's like the little
cool.
pieces that you put together.
Okay.
So that was really fun.
Okay.
We've also done the pottery classes or
Okay.
free paint pottery stuff where you pick like the ceramic thing and you just paint it.
Uh-huh.
I've never done like the wheel, like where you craft your own pottery, but I'm sure you could do that too somewhere around here.
Yeah.
And then painting with a twist. Have you guys ever done that? I've never done that one.
I've never done it as a date night, but it was a girls' night one night with a bunch of the girls at work, and it was a blast.
Yeah.
Was it?
It was so much fun.
I've done it with girls too. Not at this place, at a different place, but I'm looking at this list here, and Matt and I have not done any of these. I've done firehouse pottery with my kids
I was gonna say I've done that with the kids too.
for gifts for Matt, but I am looking at this list, and Matt and I have not done any of these.
Well, there's a whole section here on outdoorsy stuff that I've done almost none, but small and simple work caves on there. So there's lots of go sailing at Fellows Lake. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. I didn't even know that was a thing you could do. I don't even know
there's
where
the
Fellows Lake is. Yeah.
Matt rides his bike.
Axe throwing is really fun too.
I love axe throwing.
We've done that in Eureka Springs, and we had a blast.
Thor is supposed to be making me an axe throwing setup in the backyard.
What?
I know. Okay, when you guys see him, when we go upstairs, you tell him he needs to get on it.
We did that, remember, for our work thing.
Yeah, and Thor and I have gone there on date nights, and like we love it. It's so much.
Matt and I have been on a date night
It's
too, and
so
it's
fun.
really fun.
It really is.
I will say one of the places listed on here since closed, like just
Yeah,
recently.
It is what
but
it is. Dickerson Park Zoo. We've done that. That's always fun.
Done that with the kids.
Um,
My husband.
all kinds of like go kayaking at Lake Springfield, all kinds of that kind of stuff. The Ozark Greenways. We will take the dogs out and walk on the trails. We don't do a lot of hiking, but we'll walk on the trails.
Biked them.
Rutledge Wilson Farm. They have a paved path that's like maybe a mile and a half or something next to the farm that we like to take the dogs to and let them run. And if people aren't there, we'll let them off leash. Because we're bad
Oh, you
people.
rebels!
I know. But that's fun. We like to do that. Oh, Nathaniel Green Park. I do love to go see like the Japanese garden and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that'd be neat.
So lots of stuff to do.
There is a lot. To
I
do.
don't
There
think
is
we
a
got through
ton
half
of
of this
stuff on
list.
here.
We've done a lot of couples massages under romantic dates. That's one of Matt's.
So Matt does massages.
Oh yeah, he books us couples massages. Usually when we're in Eureka, but we've done them here locally too. That's like one of his go-tos.
I love that. I love massages, but I never get them because I don't know. It's just an effort. You have to book it and you have to go and you have to talk to a person. And I just am afraid. But I would love to do a couples massage. But Thor is like so uninterested. He's like, no one's touching my body.
Oh no, Matt went just the other day by himself and got one, and then did cupping. And like he came home with like the red marks. But it was after he had drill and he had it was a lot of walking and rucking, and so he needed it.
I love a hot stone massage.
Yeah.
I keep telling Thor because Thor's always like his back's always hurting, and I'm like,
Go do
telling
it.
you, massages, and he's like, I don't need anyone touching me, thank you. And I'm like,
Okay,
I'm looking on here, and I see the rent a glamping tent on top of the rock. I know that is totally out of your wheelhouse.
Let me
That
tell you
sounds
what those
like
spiders
fun.
can still crawl into is that glamping tent.
Jordan, I go on kayaks. There's spiders on them all too.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either.
I know.
Hard pass.
I know.
I don't love spiders.
Okay, here's one though that I have done, and it was so much fun, and I will go do it like every summer. Go to the sunflower field and pick sunflowers.
I really want to do that.
Love it.
I've
I've also like gone to pumpkin patches. Like that's just fun.
I do that show with my kids, but not as a
I
date.
don't have kids to do that with.
You can take mine anytime.
I'll go with you.
And I will go on a date. No, Matt and I will go on a date. You take the kids to the
No,
pumpkin
you're
patch.
taking them.
The other one that they've got on here I saw
here.
is lavender. The lavender farms.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, that's
That looks
cool.
really neat too.
It does.
Yeah.
The butterfly house at Springfield Botanical Gardens. That's a hard pass.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. You know who does that? You remember Deb Barnhart? Her husband
Owns that or runs it?
runs it. He's a professor at MSU, and that was their they ran that because we volunteered one time there cleaning it up.
That is just letting bugs crawl on you. Just so we're all clear.
Butterflies.
Oh, I know the girl in this picture. That's weird. Okay.
Cider days. We do go to cider days most years. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
This is
So
like,
much stuff on
yeah.
here.
Take a Springfield ghost tour. I've never taken the Springfield ghost
Where
tour.
is this?
I don't know. I want to do that.
I guess these are all links.
Oh, these are all links. You can click on these.
Walking tours. Oh, it's downtown. Okay. Oh, it's the History Museum on the square.
Oh,
But maybe it's a downtown walking tour. Oh, there's the Pythian, Landers Theater, Phelps Grove Park Ghost Bride. Oh, that just talks about it. I've seen that.
Oh, Silver Dollar City's Old Time Christmas.
That is good.
That is a great date night. Okay, so my husband used to work at Silver Dollar City.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have gotten to walk through Silver Dollar City at night whenever everyone's gone before.
Oh.
That's pretty
Romantic, fun,
Oh, I bet that's
beautiful. Love it. Yeah.
What is this? Rent an igloo.
No, thank you. I don't like to be cold.
I mean, I don't either, but I didn't even know that was a thing. Well, this is a great resource. I'm going to have to just share this with Matt right now since he always plans the dates.
Yeah, this is such a good resource.
It is
So
a
we're
really
going to
good
post
one.
it on Facebook. And for sure, everybody should go and check it out.
Yeah.
All right. What's that sound?
Hot Mess Express. Pulling into the station.
Woo!
Okay, this week's Hot Mess Express comes to us from our friend Stephanie, who we adore.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
She sent me this video and I thought it was hilarious. So this is a video. It comes from Night Classy podcast. And so it was a Facebook reel that they had posted. So I am going to do my best to summarize it for you guys, but then we're going to post the reel in our Facebook group so that you guys can actually go watch the video. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to actually watch this now. Okay, this story is about a family that got stopped pushing their dead family member through the TSA line at the airport.
What?
No. Huh?
Yeah, and so the family, I guess I don't know. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can actually just Google a story about this. Family pushes.
Yeah, so the passenger had died at the airport.
Ceased.
They died. They died sometime after check-in, and obviously the family is devastated, and they're just hoping to get her home so they can bury her in their country. And because the passenger was so freshly dead, they had no death certificate, and therefore she could not be deemed legally deceased and was allowed to fly.
Oh my
That's why
God.
I would have loved to have been on that flight. Imagine being the person sitting. I mean, I imagine the family was probably sitting by her. But you want the one to see? You don't mind? Put the dead body in the middle seat. She doesn't need it. Middle seat.
Like passive aggressively fighting for the armrest with a corpse.
Like, I think the rigor mortis is
So they're pushing her in a wheelchair?
Okay, I found this. So our friend Stephanie shared the video with us, and it's on a reel, but then I Googled it and tried to find like a written version of it. So we'll definitely post the video, but we'll also post the article here too. So this article says, family brought corpse through airport and TSA agents patted it down. This is posted on Indy 100, posted by Brianna Robinson. So it says the Transportation Security Administration reportedly patted down the corpse of a person who died after checking in at an airport. In an extensive report from The Verge, former TSA officer Jay Cooper spoke about the moment the passenger passed away just after checking in. The family brought her through Cooper's security because they wanted to get their loved one out of the country that they were visiting. Come to find out, the cadaver could still fly, but the underpaid, overworked officers would need to follow protocol and do a routine pat down. So apparently, so in the video reel that Night Classy posted, they talked about how she could still fly, like the corpse could fly because she had died at the airport after she checked in and they didn't have a death certificate. So they had to get her home.
That is crazy.
So for whatever reason, they were able to do it. And so it says Cooper's colleagues checked the corpse with gloves on, running the palms of their hands over the collar, the abdomen, the inside of the waistband, and the lower legs. It was also said that they checked the deceased body's sensitive areas, the breasts, inner thighs, and bums, which they did with sufficient pressure to ensure detection. Because they're the TSA, they're trying to make sure you're not trying to smuggle something in this corpse.
Why didn't they just run her through the x-ray machine?
I don't know.
Just throw up on the conveyor belt.
I don't think they wanted to it's still respecting a dead body.
Like this,
Like, can you imagine being like, we brought grandma on this family vacation and she died trying to get her out of the country?
That is a true National Lampoon's Vacation trip is what that is. At least I didn't strap her to the top of the airplane.
Yep, that's true.
Well, can you imagine being a passenger on that plane?
I mean,
sitting next to the dead body?
I see where they're coming from. Like that, that would be a nightmare and a ton of red tape to try to get that body home. But holy shit, call an ambulance, have her taken to a morgue.
Oh my God.
Don't fucking load her up on the plane and fly her home. That's crazy.
And it's to another country.
How did these people not know this woman was that ill? Or maybe she just had a heart attack or a stroke. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, people die all the time that are seem healthy. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, and this doesn't give us details. Like, I don't know what country they went to and what country they flew out of, but country makes me think it's longer than a 45-minute flight. You know what I mean?
Well, and people die on planes.
Yeah.
Didn't Princess
Carrie
Leia.
Fisher.
Carrie Fisher died on a plane.
Yeah.
Did she really?
Yeah.
She had a massive heart attack on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought she died from sleep apnea.
No, I think it was. I think there were some drugs in her system.
Might have been.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. So fun stuff here. This is gross.
Yeah.
I do not want to be trapped on a plane with a corpse of any kind, even if it's my own family member.
Yeah.
Because, by the way, they're probably sitting next to her. So now you're sitting next to your dead relative.
Because didn't it say they put her in between the two family members? So they put her in the middle.
I mean, what else would you do?
At some point when you're in this, you
can't put her in the overhead bin. What are you going to do?
You're in this 8 to 10 hour flight. There's going to start being some stinking going on.
Yeah.
I don't know how long the flight is. I don't know. I mean, I hope it was a shorter flight. I don't know. That's miserable. That is so terrible for that family that had to go through that. And that is so traumatizing for those TSA agents and for everyone else that had to sit on that plane. I don't know. That is just not good for anyone.
No.
For all parties involved. This is a nightmare.
Okay, so no matter how bad your week was, you did not have to try to push your dead corpse relative through a airport, explain to the TSA agents what happened, and then strap them into the airplane.
At least we hope you didn't.
At least we hope, yeah.
And if you did, we're so sorry.
We're so sorry. So sorry that you had to do that.
Oh, that is rough. Okay, we're going to post both the video and the article that we found on Facebook in our group. So send us your Hot Mess Express stories. or your ideas. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for sending us this one. You can send us your stories at the hotmessroundtable@gmail.com. hotmessroundtable@gmail.com. And send us your stories if you just want to come on the podcast. We are putting together a call-in show. We're going to have some people call in and share their own personal Hot Mess Express stories, like we did on our first episode. So if you want to participate in that, please
Love to hear
email
yours.
us.
Yes.
Let us know, and we'll set up a time that we can do a quick phone interview. It'll be fun.
Yep.
Yep.
Give us some
Love it.
drink ideas and
Topic ideas. Stuff you'd like us to talk about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Embarrassing stories you want us
Something
to tell.
other than dead animals,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, if we could get away from that, that'd be awesome.
We're never
Not
gonna
to
get away
beat a
from
dead
that.
horse.
Ha 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 ha.
Have a great week.
See ya.
Bye, guys. I see you did not get through your whiskey sour.